chicas. Welcome back to another episode of It's for the Chicas. I'm Anaí.
And I'm Giselle, and this is episode 28.
And for today's episode, we brought two very special guests.
Woo-hoo. We brought on Ricky and Jessica Hinojosa.
Woo!
I thought you were
I was going too fast. We'll just do it. Yay!
Okay. So originally we just had Ricky, but we were like, why not bring Jessica? We love her.
Yeah, I was like, Jessica's gonna make it funny.
I'm his manager.
Actually, she said he couldn't come on without her. I'm just kidding.
She told all her friends she's dropping a mixtape.
Oh yeah,
It's coming out soon. Gospels 2023.
I can see that, you and Ricky, like, in the back. He's hyping you up.
Do you remember when we used to make videos with those wigs? The esqueleto and like the hat. Do you remember? It was like years ago.
No, but I remember y'all used to make, what was it called?
Vines.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow.
memories.
We're old.
Yeah.
Vine doesn't even exist anymore.
We were talking about Vine the other day. Henry, he was like, "Isn't that where Charlie Bit My Finger was like really popular on?"
I thought it was probably on YouTube.
Was that YouTube? It wasn't Vine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was
No.
YouTube.
Yeah, I was gonna tell you to bring it in
Yeah,
closer.
bring it in closer.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Now I can tell you.
Okay.
What?
Guess.
I don't know.
You know it's hot out here for
Oh my god! Have you seen that movie?
No, I'm just laughing with
I
you.
don't even think she's seen that movie.
What movie is that?
Hustle and Flow.
No, I've never
Oh
seen
God, I
that.
gotta show her the clip. You're gonna laugh.
I cannot. But you know Jessica. You don't.
Yeah,
really
everybody
know.
knows Jessica
Yes.
too.
But Anai
She's been on
really
the podcast.
doesn't know Ricky, so we're gonna let Anai get to know Ricky a little bit. Ricky, can you tell us? Well, me and Jessica know you, but can you tell us what high school you went to?
Yeah, I went to South Houston High School, class of 10. So,
You're giving your age away.
that's fine. Either I look old or I look young.
You're
look
2010 too? No.
No, I'm
No. Oh, I thought you were telling
2011.
me.
2011.
Oh, okay, I'm
You're
2011.
2011?
I think
Yeah,
so.
she's 11.
Yeah.
I'm 11.
She's 11.
You're
12.
Oh, you're 12.
You're
I'm
12?
the youngest. Yeah, I graduated with VNA.
You're 29 right now?
No, July. In like
Oh.
in a month, I'll be 29.
I'm 30, flirty, and thriving already.
I
Both
turned
of
30.
us
Yeah,
are.
I'll turn 30 in August.
Who are you flirting with?
You.
Oh, it was like 30 and flirting.
You.
Yeah.
Got quiet.
Girl, you're the one with the questions.
Well, yeah, you gotta talk too, homegirl.
I'm
You're
just
the one
listening.
getting to know Ricky.
No, everybody.
they're
This was a Father's Day thing.
They're past the friendship. They're at the sibling level.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are. At sibling level.
Like, they're at the
Last
sibling
time I was
level.
like, you know,
Yeah,
we
right.
fight like siblings, dude. Like that's literally what it is.
Yeah, Evelyn
but-
was like, thought we were gonna brawl up on that episode with Evelyn.
Oh yeah, she,
She
was
was
like, I
like-
thott they were gonna swing at each other or something.
And like low key, when me and Anai were talking to each other, I could see Evelyn's like side eye, like,
Like-
like what is going on right now?
they're about to fight right
She
here.
wasn't sure or what.
Yeah.
She thinks we're super sweet and nice. We are, but yeah, we're not. We're very comfortable with each other now. But let me read over my notes.
Well,
'cause I
really
kinda
quick,
forgot.
this was gonna be this is dropping Father's Day, the one before Father's Day, so it is gonna be focused on like Father's Day questions and like relationships and like parental
Yes.
stuff. Yeah, so that's why we did bring Jessica and Ricky on. So the questions are mainly gonna be focused around that.
Yeah, but also if you watch Jessica's episode, we did say like it would be really interesting to bring Ricky on.
Yeah, that too.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just because he's half,
Name dropped me and then
half me.
Oh, I thought you said he's hot.
Oh, yeah, he is. Cringe.
But let's start with the good stuff. When did you and Jessica meet?
When? Like time?
Or what do you remember from meeting Jessica?
Well, I remember I met her.
Where did y'all meet?
We met at a Halloween party.
Oh,
Tell him who you were with.
Okay. I was with somebody else, all right. I was in another relationship, right? High school.
Yes.
I was I think senior. I believe I was a senior, so you would have been a junior.
A junior, yeah.
But I was in another relationship in high school, so went to this mutual Halloween party of mutual friends. Right? You know, everyone knows everybody or whatever. But I didn't know her or nothing. But she walked in with her friends, and the person I was with said hi. You know, they knew
we
each
didn't
other.
we didn't like know each other, but we knew each other because of dance.
Okay.
You know how if you're like, oh, you know that the people from this school do dance and some,
Yeah.
So I knew that person because of dance. I just knew. I didn't like talk to her or anything. And that party was like Project X, like
was it one of Vinny's parties?
No, it was one of Ricky's friends' parties.
It was in South Houston though.
Yeah, it was.
I kind of remember people talking about it was Halloween, like a Project X theme.
Yes, it was so literally to get inside the house, you could not. There was imagine so many people in your house that you could not even walk to the kitchen.
Yeah, no.
Like there was people jumping from the second floor, like in.
Oh my God, whose party was it?
Man,
because I went to LaPorte High School, but a lot of like Mexican people would go to South Houston and stuff. Yeah. So I remember people talking about that. Yeah. People talking about that party because it was Halloween.
We met there. I just like said hi, but I wasn't like,
no.
Oh my God, I want him.
No.
I was gonna say, was it love at first sight?
No, it was
but that's like where we met. And
that's just like initial, because everyone's introducing themselves, and I was just, oh hey, and then little conversations throughout the night. We're all kind of you're so packed, so you kind of get stuck in that circle.
She got peanut butter jelly.
So
he said something funny. I don't remember what it was, but it was something fun that I thought was funny. And then she gave me the side eye, and I was like, I'm going to go because I'm not trying to get in trouble.
But no, it wasn't even like that. It was just, we just hanged out or whatever. But ever since then, I remember her. And then after that, I think when I became single, I remember like thinking, man, that girl she was funny. And she was like her personality and everything. Yeah. And so like when I was single, it was just like happened where, social media or like Twitter, follow.
So you slid in her DMs?
Slid in.
He was ready.
Twitter was big back then.
Twitter
was it.
Shout out to Twitter.
He was ready. Back then, I didn't know that I had allergies. I thought that I just got sick all the time because I didn't know what allergies were. Can you believe how dumb I was? Like, I didn't know what allergies were.
Yeah.
And so then I remember I would be like, sick again. I loved the soup from Olive Garden. And so I was like, didn't want to go to Olive Garden one time by myself. And I was like, does anyone want to go? He didn't even reply to the tweet. He straight went to the DMs. What time? What time?
He wasn't playing no game.
What time?
He was like, that's my future wife.
I was like, damn, dude. And I was like, I'm going to pay for myself, though.
Yeah.
He didn't believe me.
I did not. She did not let me pay at all.
You didn't let him pay?
No.
So that was y'all's first date, and then from there?
That was technically...
Not only that, the way she said it was very rude. She didn't just not let me pay. She's like, you don't think I can pay for myself? You think I can afford a bowl of soup? I was like, whoa.
He's like, I'm just trying to get to know you, girl.
I was just like, it's just a gentleman thing, I
remember when he was trying to explain, he's like, my mom, I can't let you pay. That's
I love your nails. That's so random, but I love them.
Hated them.
They're so pretty.
They are pretty.
They broke, so I had to cut that. But
they're so cute.
What was your point? You were trying to prove like just that you could pay for yourself, or you were like, nah, this is not a date.
What was that?
Point? That it wasn't a date.
It was that it wasn't a date because I told him like it's not a date.
Yeah.
Because I felt like at that point where I was, I felt like I
identified it as a date.
That was y'all's first date
for him. Yeah.
What was your first official date?
When we went to Johnny Tamale.
Really?
When
that
you
was
danced.
my 5th date. That was your first date. And I was way behind.
No, you were way ahead.
No, actually, I don't remember where. Oh no, when we went to the gun range, that was the first date. That was after Olive Garden.
Was it?
Then we went with Homer. Yeah, that gun range that he took me. That was fun. Actually, I was a little nervy. He needed an excuse to get behind. Pick your arm up, girl, and put my arm around.
It was risky because now you know how to shoot me. So.
I'm still too scared to shoot a gun. I'll be like, I remember, and they're like, no, and I was like, okay, relax. Like, I don't even know how to do
this. So after y'all left Olive Garden, were you like, ooh, I kind of like this guy?
No.
Oh no.
What?
I remember that.
It blew me off.
I remember that because, like I said, I wasn't really trying to date because I felt like I didn't know what I wanted, so I thought it would be unfair to, I just didn't want to go to Olive Garden.
You didn't think you were gonna fall in love?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
But then I remembered I remember I did this. I can't believe I did this. I'm so trashy, whatever. Back then, I remember that day, I was like, let me see what kind of guy he is. I remember my shirt, I wore a denim button down.
Yeah.
Do you remember that I wore that shirt?
Yeah.
And I had it unbuttoned, like, I just wanted to see if I would catch him looking at me. He kept his eyes above the prize, like, right up here, never. And I was like, So then when I did the whole, like, let me pay, like, I'm going to pay for myself, I wanted to see how he would handle that situation. And he did it good because he was like, okay, how about, okay, you pay for yourself, but I'll leave the tip. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as if you paid. I'll leave the tip. And I was like.
No, for you to leave the tip.
No, oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He would pay and I would leave a good tip.
Oh, okay.
Because I only got a soup and water. That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
And so then he's like, what if you leave the tip and I pay? Like, it's the same thing. It is the same thing.
He was trying to get you to feel comfortable.
Yeah, so I was like, good way to handle this situation. And then whenever the date was over, he was like, so what are you going to do? And I was like, I'm probably just going to go home. He's like, oh, okay, like, it was nice meeting you, blah, blah. And then I went to a football game. Do you remember? And I tweeted it. He's like, I thought you were going home. And I said, I thought you don't tell me what to do. He was like, ooh. I gave him a hard time, but he was really persistent. You really wanted me, though. And now we're here.
How many kids later?
2.
How cute. Giselle did have a question on there.
Yeah.
Getting into that.
They're so cute. I never heard y'all's story. That's my first time I ever hear y'all's story.
Really?
Yeah.
There's more to that story. A lot more tribulations.
She gave you a really hard time.
Oh, she did.
Well, can I say the sunshine one?
You embarrass me all you want, I guess.
I don't want to embarrass you. It's not
Is it embarrassing?
You just brought it up, so.
You just brought it up.
Go ahead.
I remember in the beginning when he was first texting me, he was like, good morning, sunshine. And I said, how are you, sunshine? You don't even know me.
But Jessica.
No, wait.
No, but
it gets
I was
really
the same.
cute. It gets really cute, though, because then when I did, like, end up falling for him, he was going to go to Mexico. And I was, like, super sad because I had really been enjoying hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And I remember he brought me a charm, and it was a sunshine charm. And
I
was like, cringe, I love you.
That's actually not cringe at all.
So cute.
That's not cringe.
I thought it was so cute.
Exposing people.
I love you.
Y'all both expose each other all the time. I'm like, y'all be posting pictures. I'm like, oh my God, they're so comfortable with each other.
Oh, he gets me with those.
So how long, like after y'all's first couple of dates, like did y'all date? Did y'all become boyfriend and girlfriend?
It was 5. 5 for me. I don't know what it is for her.
5 dates?
No, for him it was 5 dates. For him, I was his.
Day 1, I was like,
that's mine.
It. That's a wrap.
That's the one. That's the wrap.
As soon as I got her number, I showed everybody. I did. I said, I got her number. No one talked to her. I said, that's it. It's a wrap.
So he had already won because he eliminated the competition from day 1. Yeah.
But yeah, she had a different timeline, so I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know, honestly.
Nah, but her body language was different after Johnny Tamale.
Yeah, after Johnny Tamale, you got my heart, you got my mind.
That's when I was smooth sailing after that.
Tell him what you did. Tell him how you got my heart at Johnny Tamale.
Went out that day we went to the mall and stuff, right?
We were gonna go. We hadn't gone yet.
Oh, we hadn't gone yet. And then we went out to eat at that Johnny Tamale, afternoon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
The one in Pasadena?
You know what's so funny? That day I had done a bridal modeling. Like, I had done modeling for wedding dresses.
Aww.
And then we went on a date that afternoon. And I remember I was sending him pictures of me in the wedding dress.
He was like, I already know what you're going to like.
Not a sunshine,
I think that's so funny.
Not a sunshine, though.
Yeah. We went out to eat, and some music was playing, and Johnny Tamale, some...
Yeah.
It's a
bachata, right?
Solo por un beso.
Yeah, bachata was on and whatever, and then she goes, I don't know exactly, but you're like, you won't get up and dance with me,
I said,
right here, right now.
If you like me, you'll get up and you'll dance with me. I just wanted to see. I just wanted to push the envelope, see how far he would go for all of this. And he got up
Yeah, we danced for
like
10 seconds.
Like 5 seconds. I was like, okay, you like me.
She was like, okay.
Okay, I get it.
I was like,
Never mind, I'm embarrassed.
I thought you were about it.
And then whenever we were coming out was when I went.
Yeah. She just went like that.
And that's when he was like, ooh.
And the rest is history.
That's when that was it. Yeah, everything was smooth after that. So yes.
I was his after that for sure. Completely.
So how long have y'all been together?
This year will be 11 years.
That was 2012, right?
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. More than a decade.
All right. So with that being said, what you said y'all went through tribulations. What was something y'all went through at a young age? I mean, would you say like having Melanie at a young age was hard for y'all?
Oh man, I think the first tribulation is moving in together.
Oh yeah,
100%.
That was an adjustment right there.
Couldn't stand each other.
Nah, not the stand. Well, maybe her. But, you know, pregnant, emotional, hormones.
Me too. The first year we moved in
Ready
together,
to
me and my
leave
husband.
to her mom's house like 3-4 times.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah.
Bro,
I would pack everything.
No, one time I came home to get all my stuff, and he literally took all the drawers. He didn't even take the clothes out. He took the drawers, and to this day, I don't even know. I looked all over the house. I don't know where he hid them, but all my stuff was just like
gone.
Yeah, because in my head, I was like, she can't leave without her clothes. That's
So
number one.
Will you tell us now where you put them?
No.
Oh,
I will not.
I looked everywhere, so I don't know.
Every drawer, too.
Yeah,
every drawer.
But how was it finding out like y'all were expecting?
Whoo.
Were y'all together?
Two different. Yeah, no, we were together.
When it happened, when y'all found out?
Oh, no. She found out
I
on
was
her own.
at school.
Well,
you
I found
were
out
at
first.
school.
He found out.
I found out first.
Technically. He knew.
I told her.
Yeah, he's the one that told me.
I think you're pregnant.
Yeah, and I was like, yo,
You're calling me fat.
You think I'm fat?
Real quick. Okay.
I remember he was just like, his face was so concerned, and I was like, what? And he's like, I was like, what? And he goes like this. I know your body and how it feels in my hands. It's different. I was like, what is that supposed to mean? He's like, I think you're pregnant. And I was like, what the fuck? Like,
I would have thought he was calling me fat too.
like, who does that? Like, who says that? And I went to school the next day, and I remember my friends were like, oh, you've been acting like a real bitch lately. And I was like, have I though? And then I checked my little app, and it was like 90 days since your last period. And I was like,
and you just had
90
it?
days?
No. Yeah, because my period was never normal.
Oh.
And even with me being on birth control, my period was never normal because I had cysts in my ovaries before. And you know when they rupture, I don't know if you ever had one before, like it causes you to bleed, and sometimes you bleed and sometimes you don't bleed.
Yeah.
Like it was just really irregular. So one of my classmates had a test. I took it.
Bring it in
And
just a little bit.
I took the test, and it said I was pregnant. And then I went to the doctor. I was 3, finna be 4 months pregnant. And when I called him,
So yeah, she took that test. She was going to send Jack for cosmetology.
Oh, okay. So it was in high school.
No,
This
no,
is
no.
It was
after high school.
yeah,
Okay.
like right after.
Like right for her, right after, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was early in the morning. It was like 7:30 in the morning or something like
Yeah,
that.
I
was
took
like,
it with all my classmates were like, you gotta take it with morning pee. Like, I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just I'm at work and I get a call and then I'm like, oh, it's my girl, what's up? And then I was like, hello? Which I thought it was weird. I was like, she never calls me in the morning, especially in class.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, hello? And she's like, I'm like, what is wrong? Look at the picture,
Bro.
she sent me a picture of the
Of the test.
I was like,
It was 2 lines.
I was like, what does that mean? I don't know.
He's like, what does that mean?
It's like, I don't know. I'm pregnant.
It literally said pregnant.
2
lines, not
Oh,
pregnant.
yeah, because it says it on the
yeah.
side.
What is
Yeah,
that?
but
Yeah.
I'm working. I'm like, I'm not looking at that.
Yeah.
So they just, I'm pregnant, crying, like sad. And then I just go, well, why are you crying?
I was like, because I'm not up.
I was just like, what are you crying for? Like, it's all right. Like, it's all good. And then she was just crying and she just I think you hanged up after that. Like,
I got so.
Yeah.
Oh no! And then he goes, no. I didn't hang up. He goes, well, do you need to go to the doctor? Because I kind of can't leave work right now.
And then you hung up. You were like, man, whatever.
I was like, we are both so stupid, and we're gonna have a baby.
Somebody on TikTok that's pregnant that came up on my feed. They were like, "We're pregnant, and we had to Google what to do after you find out you're pregnant."
yeah, for real.
Because you don't know what to do.
Anything.
Yeah, like, so what do I do?
God.
It's like,
Yeah.
call your OBGYN.
Whenever we went to one of those clinics that tell you like if you're pregnant or not.
Yeah.
Well, like, I didn't know that it was like they're like Christian centers, right?
You sent me there.
So
That's
they-
where I went
yeah,
from.
Is
so
that
they
in
give you-
Pasadena?
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
give you like a Bible
think
with
I've
all
been there
these
with my friend.
verses
Yeah.
to not abort the baby. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that.
I went there with my
4 months
friend.
pregnant, bro. And then I remember that when we left that clinic, he was like, and I was like, and he goes, so are you like hungry? I was like, no. And then he opens his wallet. He's like, all I have is $3 cash. It was just like more funny because I was like, just give them to me. I'll give it to honestly.
Yeah, you still took it. You didn't even need it.
Oh my God.
And then telling y'all's parents?
Oh,
I was about to ask that.
Yeah.
So y'all found out first before y'all told y'all's parents?
Yeah,
Like,
and
you-
like I said, I
for
was
sure. We found
3,
out first.
almost 4 months pregnant.
That's crazy.
I didn't wait. I told my dad like right away.
Yeah, I was scared for him.
like
to
after
tell
she
his
called
dad.
you?
Nah, like within that, like
Like after
if
the,
it was during
the
the
doctor
week,
and everything.
it was during the week, right?
On
So that
Thursday,
weekend,
yeah.
or that like Thursday or Friday, like whatever thing. I told my dad, like I did like a little hangout with my dad,
And his best
my
friend.
dad and his best friend. I think we barbecue and then,
It's good to have a barrier person.
couple
Yeah.
drinks, just a little, a little hangout time, like the usual.
Yeah.
And then I just sprung it on him. I just kind of like started like beating around the bush, like, so dad, what would you think? Like, what if something ever happened? Like, if I got somebody pregnant, and then he was just like, "Oh, okay, no, I don't know." Like, I was like, "So, how would you feel to be like a grandpa?" Like, I guess when that time comes, and if like everything's right, like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, that time has come, and he was just like,
And
man.
then the best friend of the dad was like,
Oh, he helped me out.
like he was just like rubbing his dad's back. Like,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
was just like, relax.
My dad
Like,
was,
it's gonna
he
be
was
okay.
just like, pretty much told me, he goes, I'm disappointed in the timing and the
Yeah.
situation. Like, obviously you're not ready for it, but you're my son, so I have your back.
Yeah.
For sure,
He
100%.
wanted us to get married.
That's what I was
That
going to say.
hour.
They didn't tell you,
Yeah.
like, y'all
That
have to get
hour.
married.
Oh, yeah, that, culture,
Yeah.
Like, get married right now, but we're like, whoa.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting married just because I'm pregnant. Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I told
We
my dad.
we weren't ready for that.
told my
at the
dad.
time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I told my mom, I think a week or two later. Yeah, my dad was.
Did you tell your mom y'all together? Just
No,
No,
just
it was,
him.
I took care of my parents. My mom, I told her, I was like, her was more like playful. Like, hey, mom, guess what? You're a grandma. She's like, stop. She was cooking. She's like, stop, Ricky. I said, no, for real. You're a grandma. I'm not playing with you. She's like, are you for real? So I was like, yeah. You're going to be a grandma. She starts crying. Crying. I was like, I'm sorry. Or, like a hug.
Yeah.
She goes, I'm not mad at you. it's just, you're not ready. You're my
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Aw.
She was just like, I remember she told him, I'm not crying because of the baby. I'm crying because now you're going to have to be
Yeah.
the man that provides.
Yeah.
Like, you
I guess
can't be the
she was-
baby anymore.
in my head, I would think that she was replaying like how they started, all their hardship, I guess, and then now thinking like now he's gonna go through that.
Yeah.
My mom,
Y'all told your parents together?
no.
No?
No.
My mom was working nights. Oh, that was like the worst. So I had to wake her up before she went to work. Because I was already like...
So you were 18 or
No,
17?
I was 20. I had just turned 20.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had just turned 20. So, I mean, it's not like I was like... 20 is young. Because if I think of Melanie being pregnant at 20, I'd be like, girl,
It's young.
Yeah, it is young.
Yeah.
like
it's
20s
young. It is
young. So, I my oldest sister, I kept asking her questions, and then she was just kind of like looking at me one day, and I was like, "What?" And she's like, "Dime, solo dime," and I was like, you know. And then she was like, "It's okay, it's okay, it's okay," because she got pregnant young. She was like 18 when she got pregnant, okay. And so she's like, "We're gonna go tell mom," and I was like, "No." She's like, "No, we're going right now. We're gonna go tell her." And I was like, I'm literally gonna die. Like, I'm gonna actually die. Mm-hmm. And so we went. My mom was like, "¿Qué pasó, Jessiquita?" And I was like, "Estoy embarazada." And she was like, "¿Qué? ¿Dónde está ese desgraciado?" Like, like real novela. Like,
like, I didn't go around that house for 2 weeks. Straight up.
And then I remember after 2 weeks, my oldest sister, told my mom, if anything happens to the baby, it's going to be your fault because you're putting stress on her.
Yeah.
You have to tell her it's okay, and it's going to be on you. And my mom had several miscarriages. So she didn't want that to happen. So she finally got over it. And she's like, "Ven a comer." And I was like, okay. And then she's like, "No estoy enojada contigo. I'm not mad at you." And I was like, "It feels like you are."
Is this food?
and then that's when I had to move in with Ricky, and like you were going back to those trials and tribulations, like learning to live with each other was like in its own.
It's hard,
and I didn't want to.
Well, my parents had to meet for the first time.
Yeah,
our parents.
they met
after that.
Yeah, so that was like.
So they never met before.
No, no, because we were only together for maybe a year.
Yeah, we were only
before that.
For a year.
Dang, so y'all feel like little kids, huh? And your parents like meeting, you're just like,
It was giving me Game of Thrones, like, what does your family bring to the table?
Like that,
and her mom's like, macaroni. Well, what's gonna happen now? Where are they gonna stay at?
Se van a casar.
Yeah, and my dad was like,
they're coming over here.
And I was like, and Ricky was like, because he knew I didn't want to go.
I could see all that just coming.
Yeah.
He was like, "Dad."
And her mom was like, "Yeah, she's got to go."
And my mom's like, "Bag it up, go get all your things."
You know, but that's good that your dad did that because, like, I mean, I guess it's like the culture we're brought up in, but my mom's always said, like, la mujer se va, like, tiene que estar, like, with her husband and, like, with what her husband can provide her.
Yeah.
She's like, because once, like, it's your family, like, it's...
Yeah.
Once it's, like, your family, like, tú te tienes que... I don't know what the word is, but... Like,
you said it before.
I've said it before, like...
On the podcast.
Well, it's like how the Bible says.
Yeah, like...
You leave your mother and father.
You become one.
You become one, yeah.
And, like, I truly understand that meaning of, like, you become one in the... Like, once you're... Especially once you have that marriage covenant, like, you really, truly are one in the spirit. Like...
Yeah.
You are like this with each other. We were playing... What's that game that we're playing with the kids right now? I Spy?
I Spy, yeah.
And he knew what I... Like, that's such a small
It's so
example,
weird, right?
But he knew, like, exactly what it was. Like, you know...
Or, like, when... Like, sometimes, like, me and my husband will be, like, texting about something completely different. And then we send each other, like, a different topic, like, at the same time. And I'm like, whoa. Like... Yeah. That was what I was just thinking, like, right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. But, like,
I'm sorry.
One of the
but now that y'all like know the word of God, sorry, I still cut you off. Not because I will lose a question. Okay. Now that y'all know the word of God, do you feel like you would go back then and like y'all would get married or no? Like it worked out the way it should have.
That's a good question.
For me, I would kind of say it still worked out the way that it should have.
Yeah,
because I can't imagine us. I think if
I'm glad we didn't rush into
me
marriage.
Too, because
even though like. Okay, you say everything was done backwards, but then again, we didn't have that relationship with God before.
Yeah,
right. Mm-hmm. This is new for us.
Yeah,
like, since COVID and above. Her walk has been maybe
since
before, but for me personally, COVID and from where we are now, I've had such a walk with God, and before that, mine nothing to do with that. So. It's almost hard to say, like, oh, what would I think if I had the same mentality as I do now?
Yeah, but you wouldn't have the same mentality if you hadn't gone through.
Yeah, but I wouldn't. I'm glad that we didn't rush into like, well, we do have to get married because of this situation.
Yeah,
because we're only been together for a year, and it's not like it wasn't a thing where like it's not saying that I don't want to be with you, but we still figuring things.
We were both like
You know,
immature still.
We're just very immature.
And then adding a baby, and then living with his parents. His parents were great. They were wonderful. Like really can't say anything bad.
Both our parents.
Both our parents were great. Yeah, but just like we both still had to figure out who we were individually.
Oh, okay.
And also that was like another trial that we had, because like I didn't have a career, he didn't have a career. He literally started something. He is I told him the other day, he's the definition of fake it till you make it. He started a job in like a main position without knowing one thing on how to do it, and then he was like holding the thing like, you know how to do it? He's like, but he didn't.
Well, Melanie was born. I was like,
I gotta do it.
I was working at a warehouse since I was 16. It was fine with me. What I was making, my paychecks, literally like $500 or whatever.
Yeah.
But then add her to the equation, add the baby on the way, add now, man, providing.
Yeah.
Well, at some point you're gonna have to move out. Start your journey. Well, I can't do that here. Personally, where I'm at.
Yeah.
So then I was also going to school at the same time.
Yeah.
So I was like, my head was like, what can I do quick? Where can I go quick to start making, more money, provide. And so like I had to do the whole fake it till, like she says, fake it till you make it. Told my friends, hey, I'm looking for a job in construction or whatever, pays like anybody, like anything. And as soon as I started that journey, I just, I'll take that job. And then like I started as a helper for like a little bit, and then I was like, oh, a chance to move up. I know how to do that. Yeah.
He didn't.
And then like real quick, they're like, you don't know how to do this. I said, yeah, but I'm here already. Just teach me.
Just teach me. Yeah, and I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
And now
and I've been in this career for 8 years now.
And they call him like, I think that's the hand of God, though. That's 100% the hand of God, that they're constantly looking for him specifically. You know what I mean? And I'm very grateful to God for that, because even during COVID, he still had work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's crazy, I feel like,
I feel bad. What were you going to say when I cut you off?
I don't even remember what we were talking about before that.
My bad.
I have really bad memory.
But so going back to like the father thing, what were the thoughts going through your mind when you found out she was pregnant with Melanie?
Like before it was a girl, or once we found out?
Tell us both. When she was pregnant, and then when you found out it was a girl.
Well, in the beginning of pregnant, and we're like how we were talking about moving in, and that was a whole learning experience. I think that really like was it took over that she was pregnant fact.
Yeah.
Like the pregnant part was like in the back, like. Okay, we got 9 months before that happens. You know what I mean? So we're 5, but we're figuring out like how to live with each other, and I live a certain way at my parents' house. She lives a certain way at her parents' house. Yeah. And now she has to move in to somebody else's house. I can keep living how I live because I'm in my parents.
Yeah.
But then she has to adjust herself, and then also trying to make her feel comfortable, and then you kind of have to be in the middle of certain things and here and there. So then. That was kind of in the back burner for me, but as soon as I found out it was a girl, we found out it was a girl at the ultrasound, right?
Yeah.
I was just like everything was very surreal the first time. I think like you stay kind of like you're not really like it's not hitting you, but you're in it. Yeah. So you're just like, oh, okay, it's a girl. And to me, honestly, that I knew it was a girl was kind of like a breeze to me, because I was like, oh, it's a girl, cool. All I gotta do is just treat her how I treat her.
Yeah, like baby her, treat her like a princess.
That's something. Okay, I know how to do that. So it was like more in my head. I was like, it's more on her, because a woman. Yep. Tienes que formar la mujer. You have to like form your daughter. I mean, the dad obviously has a part, but she's more of like, hey.
The dad kind of teaches them how they should be treated.
Yes.
But the mom has to teach them like their values and like. Like everything.
Melanie was saying that 2 nights ago, how she said, because what did you do to her that she said that you explained to her? I don't remember, but she had basically said, Daddy.
Bring it a little closer.
Oh, she had said like something to me like, oh yeah, Daddy explained it to me that the woman and the man have roles, and like my role is to do what you do, and Daddy's role is to do, and Daddy's role is how a man should treat me. was like, yeah. And I was like, but that's not saying that you cannot also do. But I don't remember what it was talking about. But she brought it up to me, and I was like, oh, that's like such a good It's to me. Melanie's 9 now, and I'm understanding that she's literally I'm seeing her mind work by watching,
and they watch
our
us.
relationship by watching how we work. Like, he spanks my butt all the time, and she's like, really, daddy? But then she'll tell me, I'm so glad that I see that you and dad love each other. Yeah, she does understand that these are love things that. Yeah, and so I'm glad that she does see that. And as a role of a father, I feel like he does a good job on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like with daughters, right? Like I have both worlds, right? So I have a daughter first and the son. So you have to be kind of like both, almost not two different people, right? Not two different personas, but it's two different things at the same time, either way. Yeah. So like, I know like from as I'm growing, like you're constantly growing, right? Like no one's a perfect parent, no one's a perfect person. So like you're learning every year, like what you're doing wrong, or like she'll call me out. She'll call me out on like, hey, you're not doing this, or like which things that I can't see because I didn't have sisters. I didn't have. It's just me and my brother in my household. So we don't have that like show displays of affection at home. My dad wasn't like that either. Like very just acts of services type of thing at the house. Yeah. So like that's something I have to learn. And she helps me in that area, and I want my daughter to have that relationship with my daughter. So I'm always like trying to stay like constant in my head, like, okay, what am I doing? And I think also like showing my relationship with her, it's like a number one thing to a daughter, because I don't want to just show her how she should be treated, like as in how I treat her. I want her to see how a man should treat his wife, or how when she grows up, what to expect. Not, oh, my daddy does this for me. No, that's your daddy. Yeah. Don't expect that from a husband. Expect what you see. The perfect example will be how I treat her. Yeah. So if there's a lot of males or dads or husbands that will neglect that part and just focus on their kids. Yeah. And they'll like straight show love to their daughter. And then the mom's like, or the wife is like, dude, you don't even take me out. You don't even give me flowers. And so like, come on, baby. How are you like showing that
little girl seeing that as a husband, this is all that needs to be done.
Like when I come, like one thing that I like to do when I come home first thing to do is kiss my wife. Yeah. Not the kids. Because the kids have to know there's an order. Right? A lot of people go straight to the kids, which is obviously that's fine, that's cool, but you gotta wait because the order here is mama, mama, kids, and they see that.
Yeah. And same thing whenever it's time to serve dinner. I know it's like so old school and some people have such a problem, but I need the kids to see that me and daddy serve each other first.
Yeah, I do the same thing.
And they come after because they're going to leave us.
Yeah, that's what my parents, that's how my parents raised us.
And all that. So daddy gets served first. Yeah. And then the kids get served and then I get served. But then Ricky's already done usually eating by the time or if he waits for me or whatever. But most of the time I'm like, just eat. And because I'm going to put this away or whatever. Yeah. And... but then if I'm sitting down and he's done eating, he gets up. He's like, "Do you need more tortillas? Like, do you want me to serve you a little bit more?" Yeah, so it's like a teamwork. Yeah, he really does a really good job on that. Like how he said, like the order, because the order.
Yeah. My mom was always really big on that. Like because we're 6 girls, right? So my parents had a lot to handle. So when we would like argue with my mom or like. Like your teenage years, why is dad like that and this and that? My mom would tell us, yo no me voy a pelear con tu papá por ustedes. Like, she's like, within reason, right? And she was like, or like that, and she was like, because at the end of the day, y'all are all leaving me. She was like I'm staying, like, we're staying here. Like, this is my partner. She was like, y'all are leaving and y'all are going to go create your own life. And then if me and your dad were to separate over something over y'all, like, she was like, we would be alone. And she was like, so... Like, exactly, like you said,
exactly that.
Yeah. But, I mean, you kind of went into how it was for your daughter, but once you found out you were having a son, how did that feel? Because I remember Jessica brought it up. Yeah. That you were, like, super nervous.
Oh, yeah. So, like I said, with Melanie, was like, oh, yeah, cool, it's a girl. which I'm actually glad there was a girl first, because man, she will take care of you. She has such a caring spirit. So I know, like, one day she won't cook for me or something. Melanie's got me, you know.
Yeah. What's the matter, Daddy? What do you need?
You know, real
That's
like,
so
Daddy,
cute.
so I was like, I gotta, you know, my oldest for sure gonna take care of me. And then when we found out, you know, she was pregnant again, we're all excited, right? And then we went to the ultrasound again, and then they said it was a boy. I got, you know, I cheered. I got super excited. I remember
he was like, yeah.
You know, like every man, you know, every man
wants a boy.
You know,
a
like
little mini them. Yeah.
Whatever. So then that was cool because I was like, I already have a girl. So even if it was another girl, that would have been fine because I was like, that's cool. But like, it was a boy. So I was like, yeah. And then I remember after, I was like, this shock, like, just hit me like, I don't know how to be a dad to a boy, though. Yeah. Like, I remember, you know, at Pillow Talk, right, at home. Yeah. I was like, man, I don't know. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I know how to be a girl dad because I have a girl. I've been having a little girl for 3 years now. It's like, to have a boy now? That's my job. I was like, and then you have to deal, I don't know about anybody else, but like me specifically, I'm still dealing in the man that I am. So then I'm like, how am I going to raise a boy into a man if I'm still dealing with how I'm turning into
the man that you want to become.
The man that I want to become. And I'm battling with all this, you know, mental or this life and, you know, everything hits you. And then I'm like, how am I going to just, this, like I said, it's my job to like kind of help him be a man, or like not so early, right? But like to be the boy. I was like, now it's her turn. She can baby him a little bit, or she can be like, that's my boy, that's my baby.
Yeah, and at 3 that finished. Karate to
but yeah, and that was before, right, he was born. I was just, all these things were happening, but as soon as he was born, I was just, I don't know, it was like an easy like
transition.
It was like just on its own, like, you know, like, I don't know, I just played with him a lot.
I would say though, like, number one thing, like, for sure that I saw the biggest difference in, I know we bring up God a lot, but truly it was like the biggest change was when he did start seeking God. It softened his heart. It softened your heart, in my opinion. Yeah. It wasn't like he couldn't hold emotion. Like, he didn't have to hide those emotions anymore. Yeah. You know, because like I feel like definitely for sure.
Yeah, because
you became softer, but also like, a true man.
What you know what I mean? What God has taught me is like, you can be a lion and a lamb, right? So I could be a lion, I could be fierce when I have to be, or like protective, right? But I could also be gentle, kind, tender. Yeah. I didn't know that. You know, you grow up and you're like, you're a man, right? Don't cry. No, you're a man. No llores. What are you doing talking to people about your feelings? Yeah. You know, bottle that up. Or you go out drinking. That's a big problem in a lot of men. We go out drinking, and that's the time we vent. That's the time we share things with other men. What's going on in your house, and you know, the drinking just loosens your lips and kind of makes it feel more okay to talk about it. And you don't learn to talk about it just like normal, you know, like just on your own, like just chilling, you know. Yeah. So I think that really taught me. God has really taught me, like, it's okay. Like, I really let out a lot of my own, like, vulnerability, I guess you can say. And I don't see nothing wrong with it now. Like, my little boy has seen me cry on the floor, you know. Like,
we're praising and worshiping.
You know, it's normal to him now. Like, he looks at me, like, he knows it's okay. Like, you don't got to hold it in. You let it all out.
And he will say, I'm really upset right now.
Oh, he talks his feelings.
And we're like,
oh, that's good.
We're like, okay, well, it's okay to be upset. Well, my feelings are really, really hurt, and I'm gonna cry. I'm like, go for it.
How is y'all's patience with the kids? Do y'all ever get frustrated or not really? Yeah, because I feel like I can't picture y'all being like, frustrated with them.
I think Ricky pushes our frustration.
Literally today, I was like, Ricky, can you stop? Because he was like, you know, the trash can that goes like this.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I was like, Ricky, can you stop that, please? And I was like, Ricky. What are you doing like that? I'm like, I just asked you to not do that. Yeah. And then he's like, am I grounded? I'm like, you're so dramatic.
Okay, so when they get
funny, because Robbie's dramatic too.
When they get grounded, what's their like they're grounded.
No TV, no iPad.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does that go?
I mean, they know it.
Because that's what I'm trying to do with my daughter, and it's hard.
No, you have to just really stick.
You can't go back on your word.
Yeah.
Cause
that's one thing I
But
know.
it's because she I don't go back, but it's very hard on her.
Yeah.
Like,
And
not to
then
have the
they'll
iPad.
be like, Mommy, Daddy. Like, it's so important too that it's like, no, Daddy
That
said.
don't budge.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Papi's
That's,
don't
yeah.
Budge.
Yeah.
And then you can be like, I'm sorry, but you heard Daddy and you didn't listen. Like, of course I want to be, sometimes, if I ever disagree with him, I'll just.
There's times that,
which we do. And but I won't say anything in front of the kids.
You go tell him.
When
Later
we're
on.
done in the room, I'll be like, babe, I really didn't agree with that. And it's already, but I'm not going to show disrespect to him in front of the kids. At all. Or I think, like, a lot of women have, like, a problem letting the man be the head of house. And that used to be my thing. Like, I used to have a really hard time letting him be the authoritative figure because I'm used to, like, well, I do everything. Well, it was I never gave him the chance to do anything, so he could never really be that authoritative figure. And I really had to take a step all the way back and be like, I need to let my husband truly lead.
Whenever that's happening, then the guy doesn't really want to fight. You get home from work and you're just like, all right, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
So you kind of, like she said, you don't get that chance, or, because you just don't want that conflict at home,
When we got married, we went through those marriage classes at Grace.
Yeah.
Which, if anyone ever does those Grace XO conferences, I really recommend them. But if you don't feel like going to one of those conferences, Michael Todd has a relationship goals series, the first series on YouTube. It's so good. And that is like, whether you're single, whether you're dating, whether you just broke up with someone, married, like, that is a wonderful series to watch. And that's like a very eye-opening for, like, your role in a relationship and things like that.
That's crazy because just always talks about that part.
It is. It's really important. It's really important because, like I said earlier, you're one in the spirit, so you have to understand too that not everything is like a fleshly thing.
I feel like y'all two could do a podcast and like base it off like
one day
the marriage relationships and everything. I would listen for sure.
Heck yeah.
I think
I would learn so much.
Then there's been a lot of growth in
Both
the
of y'all.
years,
I think he's so good at like preaching. Like,
Yeah.
whenever he gets like starts talking, he's like, yeah, it's good.
Cool.
He's like so soft with his words, like so soft spoken, like to bring anybody down. He can bring you from 100 to like a 22, easy. And I think that's like crazy because, like you saw before, he's like super shy, but once he gets talking, he has this like, well, in my opinion, right? Because my husband, I just feel like he's got this like flow about his tongue, like the way he's like starts talking, like he's so well spoken. He's so patient.
Are you patient?
Do you think he was like before God too? He was patient more than you? No.
No?
I feel like
I would.
yeah. I
feel
feel
like
like
I always
he's always
had
been
it.
like super quiet.
I feel like he was okay. Maybe he was patient, but he just was like about things like all the time. Like instead of like receiving them and being like,
Okay.
What was?
I don't know what I was gonna say, but I was gonna say so you knew Ricky before Jessica?
Yes, I went to high school with Ricky. We had computer class together.
Oh,
What was her
okay.
name? Miss Armenta?
Miss Armenta, yeah.
And yeah, it was me, him, and another Ricky.
Another again.
Oh, okay.
And they used to mess with me all the time. They would be like, my Miss Armenta would be like, Giselle, move seats. And then they'd be, and I'm like, y'all are jerks, man.
But y'all all three were in the same high school.
No,
I went to
no,
Rayburn.
no.
Rayburn.
Yeah.
Oh, Rayburn. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then I met her because, they got together. And I was best friends with VNA back then.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
Nathan's
yeah,
like-
yeah. That's
yeah,
right.
Nathan's
That's
my
right. That's
cousin.
right. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
And then that's how I met her.
Okay.
And then we just clicked.
Yeah.
She was just pregnant. I was like, hey, girl, what's up? What's your name? She's like, Jess. I'm like, I'm just up.
What in the laundry?
She'd just sit there. Because I remember, like, she was barely, like, getting used to the family. So she would just sit at the table by herself. And I would just go sit with her.
Now because of Giselle, I know one of the coolest guys ever. Robbie Rock.
Oh, Robbie Robs.
He
Don't tell him. He's gonna make
Rob
his head
more.
bigger.
They're so funny.
They are.
They're so funny.
No, but
together.
like when we would go to their house, like Rob would conversate more with both of them because with him, he talks like sports, life, everything. And then with her, they're just like quoting all these movies and laughing. And I'm like, how do you remember all these lines?
During COVID, Giselle would come over and we would just watch movies. Like, we would just watch movies. Yeah.
And then when Ricky was just born, you were in school, right?
Yeah.
So I would just lay in bed with baby Ricky.
Oh. She would watch him for me sometimes.
Man, so y'all like grown up together, basically.
Yeah, a little, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. A couple years. We got in closer. And then when I got pregnant, I was scared to tell VNA. And I told, because VNA was going to get married. So I felt bad that I was pregnant and I couldn't go like on her bachelorette and stuff. Oh. So I remember we were at VNA's. I don't know why. And then she was, I don't know what you told me, but I was like, I have like a problem. And she's like a problem? Yeah. I was like, yeah. She was like, and I was like, stop, don't look happy. She's like, what? She's like, VNA's gonna be happy for you. I'm like, but I'm
really over that. I mean, I think you know that I'm really over it. And sometimes I'm just playing, but then it's like, oh shit. Yeah.
like a problem? I'm like, yes. I'm like, there's people around, stop pointing at your stomach. It's like, I'm happy for you. I'm like, don't stop.
I already had a kid, and I'm like a problem.
Yes, it was hilarious. But you kind of answered the real question that I had for y'all, so I'll kind of go into the last two questions. What is your most memorable time as a father, or proudest, or happiest, or
just I don't know, just seeing them like really like everything to them is an accomplishment. So it's cool to see, like, you know, because I think as you grow up as an adult, like accomplishments are harder to achieve, I guess, in a sense, because we have higher accomplishments or goals. Yeah. And a kid is like, I just need to learn to ride that bike. Oh, you know? Okay, yeah. I just need to learn how to walk. I just need to, do this, And seeing those and the excitement, you're like, oh wow. And then like seeing like Melanie, literally seeing Melanie yesterday. We went to Pirates Bay, right? The water park.
Oh yeah.
And, like, Melanie will always have that, like, anxiety, fear of, like, certain things, right? A lot of things. And she'll be like, no, I don't want to try it. I don't want to do it. So, like I take my part as, in, like, or both of us, right? We're like, no, don't be like that. Mainly, try it.
Yeah, like,
mainly.
Try it.
She's going to ignore me.
Like, yeah, you don't know if you don't like it, or, let's get on this water slide. But to a kid, they're like this high. Yeah. They see that water slide too bright, right? And it was a double one, like me and her. Yeah. And it goes, but then the end has, has like that little splash, little drop.
Oh, okay.
Small drop. Well, to us, right? But to a kid, it's
big.
Like big. So like Lil Ricky, hands down, he'll get on.
Butterflies, no.
He's scared of butterflies.
Water slides,
I'm scared of butterflies.
He freaks out with butterflies.
I'm scared of butterflies. Really? I run away from them.
Oh my God.
He's terrified of butterflies.
That's crazy. I've never known anybody that's scared of butterflies too.
But he will go on any adventure, any slide, any bungee jumping. Yeah.
He's like, it doesn't matter if you pray for me. I'm still going to be scared of them.
But Melanie, Melanie's not as adventurous, or like that's just not really her. Yeah. So then I don't want her, I don't want her to be like that person that's just always scared. Yeah. I have
to miss out on things.
Miss out on things. Exactly. That's what I told her. It's like, you're going to miss out on these things if you don't try. Yeah. And then, all they're thinking is that fear. Like, no. And then you have to learn, I was kind of calming her down, look, I'm going to be with you. Yeah. I'm going to hold you. You can close your eyes. I want you to just try it. If you don't like it, you never have to go back on it. Yeah. I just don't want you to be that person, because it starts from here, from being little. These, your roots, your foundations, it all starts here. So it's more than just a water slide to me. It's your character. Yeah. So, but they're seeing the water slide. And somehow I just kind of at the end was like, look, we're just going to go, dude. We're going. I've already talked.
But I still told her, do you want to go with mommy? No, I'm going to go with dad. And I was like...
So we got in line.
I always tell him, you think you're better than me.
Yeah, we got on that. We got in line. And to be honest, if she would have freaked out like crazy on me in front of everybody, I would have been like, okay, let's go back down.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna
really are
also,
scared.
I'm not gonna like create this phobia for you.
Yeah.
But she wasn't. She was just borderline, just like, oh, I don't know. And I was like, it's okay. You got it. And that's it. Even she sat down, she's still crying. She sat down, and we went, and she did it.
And she got on again with me.
She got on again.
Yeah.
And she didn't say like, oh yeah, it was super exciting, but she wasn't scared anymore.
Yeah. And I remember I was like,
was
whenever we were leaving, I didn't think she was going to get on it again. She's like, Mom, I'll go with you because I know you really wanted to go with me. I was like, I really did want to go with you. And she's like, I'll go again. And I was like, but see what I mean? Like, that's like an example, too, of him talking her down. Like, he can he's so good at just talking you down. Mm-hmm. Like, you know, when we were boyfriend and girlfriend, I had a very traumatic experience. I remember calling him because I really didn't have anyone else that I could talk to about it. And I remember he was just like, just okay, just drive. Just drive. I remember him telling me, just drive to my house. I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be outside. Just drive over here. Mm-hmm. And, like, he literally just talked to me. And I was, like, crying so bad. I don't know if you remember the day. Yeah, and I remember that was one of the times when I thought, like, man, like, that was, like, one thing that I loved about him because I was still trying to figure myself out, but he was still right there. Like, he's always had that calming spirit.
Yeah.
But so you would say like those experiences make you proud.
Yeah.
Like to be a father.
Yeah, of course. All those experiences, just watching them. It's just like, I don't know, like to me, I just value time a lot with them. With Jessica, I mean everybody. Yeah. I just to me, I'll miss work. Like I'll miss work. You tell me, I'll miss it.
He's like, he'll put the alarm. He's like, say the word. Say the word. Or I'll call him, babe, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. Don't worry. I'm going to be like, Ruben, I'm going to actually have to leave early. I'm like, no, I said maybe. He's like, yeah, I'm going to leave early. You want me to? Okay, I will. Yeah, I'm actually going to have to leave early.
He's like, I'll do it.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I didn't say you needed to. He's like, yeah, babe, I'll be there. Mm-hmm. And I'm like on the other end, like, no, I said maybe. And he's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Or like in for school, like Ricky's in kindergarten, she's in third. They did a little graduation ceremony, right? Yeah, it's not a real graduation, but just a little ceremony. She's like, oh, they have the ceremony on this day, like from this time to this time. She's like, you don't really have to go. You know, like she's like, you don't really have to miss work for that. I said, nope. Calling in that day.
Yeah. But
so,
kids
but it
do notice.
Matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
Because I was like, I was like, no amount of money will ever buy the time back.
Oh, yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Oh, and then her seeing both of us there is like, and then, one of my proud dad moments for you was whenever you dressed up as the Grinch. Oh, he did it so good, too.
For the kids?
For the kids at her school. Well, it was because I was the room mom for Ricky's class. Oh. And I thought it would be super funny if he dressed up as the Grinch. Yeah. And then, like, the other teachers saw, and they were like, can you bring the Grinch to our class? So we ended up going to the entire class, and he dressed as the Grinch, and I was dressed up as an elf, and we just were going around the classes.
It was just going to be for my kids, you know, in their class. And next thing you know, I'm every class.
Yeah. You couldn't even breathe in that mask.
I'm sure. So you weren't sweating?
That was a proud dad moment for me.
Y'all are so cute.
I know. Relationship goals.
But I will do it with the last question. What do you hope your children will learn from you about being a dad/parent?
About being a dad/parent. Just to always, hopefully they learn, like, obviously, like I'm always saying that I'm still learning. Yeah. You know, I'm learning, like you learn from whatever your parents kind of like from what you saw, and then you can disagree from whatever your experience is, and that doesn't have to be the same case for you, and you can grow from that, right? Like, you know, and be I guess in a sense I always said, like, okay, if my dad wasn't this way with me, I want to be that for my kid. Yeah. You know, for my son.
Like you take the good from them.
Yeah.
And not what you think is like not the bad, but like
what you were missing, I guess. Yeah. I wish my dad was more like this. So I'm going to make sure in that area, I'm going to do that. But who knows, that might not be it for my kid. Yeah. My kid might think, I'm missing certain areas too. You know? But I hope they can, in my opinion, learn that to always be there, you know, when they grow up and have their own kids, to always be there, be persistent, consistent, be attentive. One thing I know, like with my kids, they 100% prefer us literally like spending one-on-one time with them.
Oh.
Like no phones or nothing, just literally like they want to draw, okay, let's draw. Just the fact that you're there drawing, you know.
Yeah.
And I would hope also that they take our relationship with, number one, with Jesus, take that also like
have a strong relationship
have a strong
with God.
relationship, because like I said, I didn't grow up with a strong relationship. Like I saw my mom always seeking God, but I never saw my dad in a sense like seeking a relationship. Like that to me was, I never heard, like almost like if I never heard that. Like to me it's like, oh yeah, I go to church on Sundays, check.
Like
you know?
having like growing with
Easter, check.
Growing with that faith, like
you
that
know,
you cannot see, but you know is there.
And now that I've experienced it, oh man, I say like I wish I would have had this journey or this relationship back when I was in high school when I needed it. Like in a sense, like when I was going through this depression and problems and things that you can't really talk to your own parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these are things that I wish I had with God, because God it's a whole different walk. It's a whole different view. So that's one thing I hope they take almost like as a legacy with them, like to have that faith and walk, and for them to know like if I'm ever gone and we're gone out of this earth, that they're not scared, that they have God in their lives, you know. They have a relationship.
That verse, I was trying to pull it up, I couldn't get it though. And it says, train a child up in such a way that if they steer, they'll come back. Right. Like, that's like basically, you know, I feel like a lot of us go through that, especially if you were raised in the church. Like me, I was raised in the church, but then I strayed away, but then I still found my way back to God. So I feel like that's like such a true verse, like train a child up in such a way that they know God and they'll always come back.
Yeah.
So I couldn't pull it up.
That was beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Ending.
Me
that
too.
ending was like, no words.
My chongo ripped.
No way.
Drop your mic, Ricky.
Drop
your mic.
Oh, I actually can.
No.
That thing fell on my foot yesterday. It's heavy.
Dude, I don't even need to go to the gym anymore. Man.
But thank you for coming with us.
Thank you guys for joining us and for...
This was really good. And shout out to Jessica. We got some watermelon juice.
Agua de Sandia.
Agua de Sandia. I said watermelon juice. Who says that?
The girls that were trying to make it an aesthetic thing on TikTok.
With the workout.
They were calling it spa water.
Oh my god!
Yeah, on TikTok.
Aguas naturales.
Eran spa waters, and they were like, "Those are aguas frescas. Like, do not start with that."
Wow, I'm gonna look at I knew that because my chongo ripped.
All right, guys, but thank you guys for coming. We'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe,
and everything. Happy Father's Day.
And happy Father's Day to all the dads.
You know it's hot out here for a pimp.